I think you shared some photos of some events that CanMed has put on. So I'm just going to share my screen and maybe you can talk us all through what's going on here. So just bear with me while I act like you're a very untech savvy professor trying to navigate a class during the pandemic. Okay, from the beginning. Okay, I think you guys can you see the full screen or do you guys see the presenter view?
We can see the full screen. Thank you.
Oh, stunning. Okay. I'll let you guys take it away then. You can just tell me when to switch slides.
Yeah, so this is just before starting, all these pictures, they're not all mine. They're sort of pulled from our executive council. So I might not be the best at describing everything, but this one here is the first meetup that was done for the peer mentoring program. So we have a subsection within the CanMed UQ that is uh, contacting or in close relation with the Canadian mentoring program that was developed this year as well. So this was the first meeting for the mentors and mentees, just to sort of get an idea of each person and have a nice meetup.
Cool.
And then, like we mentioned, this was our Canada Day picnic. There
Yay.
were more people, but we sort of got a picture a little bit later in the day. But it was fun. We all went out. The weather was quite nice because, as you mentioned before, it doesn't really get that cold here, which is good too. So.
Did you guys have any Canadian delicacies? Was someone able to like save and stash away their ketchup or all dressed chips?
Unfortunately, no, we didn't think of that. And honestly, I'm not sure if you how familiar you are with the customs here. When you bring stuff in, they're quite strict on you, but for food items, that is. Um, but I'm sure it's possible. Maybe we'll give it a try next time.
Let me see if we can maybe arrange a surprise delivery for you guys if that's easier than bringing it over yourselves. Because let me tell you, I bring even a granola bar, and I definitely threw that out before I got through customs. Okay. Mm, all right. Did the slide flip for you guys?
Yep, it just
Okay,
flipped.
perfect.
So this is the one on the left there. I'm pretty sure, or you can help me out because I'm bad with locations. Uh, I feel like that's outside of like just near Mod West, unless I'm wrong. Actually, no, I
It's
see the
near the
water.
lakes. Yeah.
It's near the lake. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then near the engineering building, there's this nice little pond slash lake thing that has some nice wildlife and some water fountains there. So there are nice spots to sort of just walk by, especially if you're coming from the bus stop, go towards going
Mm.
to the engineering building. Um, yeah.
Is this near the amphitheater?
Yes,
Yes.
usually that's where they use it. So when you're going from
Okay.
the bus stop, usually towards the amphitheater, which is like the advanced engineering building, where a lot of my first year classes are. I
Mm.
don't know, or were, Rajdeep, I don't know if they still host them there as much, but
Yeah.
Mm.
And then UQ does this thing called Sports Day, which is essentially a bar crawl. I mean, it was in previous years. Not sure if it's changed from then, but it's a way to meet different years. And then you're all dressed up in scrubs, moving around. And then there's also other workshops that UQMS hosts, and there's programs like the conservation trip too. So also lots of fun stuff to be able to do if you choose to do it. Obviously, none of these things are mandatory. So if you're not really that type of person, you don't have to, but I would suggest trying to put yourself out there. It helps you to build relationships and uh, sort of just be more social.
Yeah, I'm sure it helps with the study and fun balance too, because I know med school is probably big on burnout, but you want to enjoy your 4 years too, so it's good to see that they have those things built in as well.
So these are some pictures of this year's med review. We have Pierce on the left, not the very left, but in the left picture on the second from the left, he is in costume, but he's the other co-president. Essentially, med review is a dancing, singing, like all of the arts, a sort of a play slash musical that is put on by all the years of med students together, and they write their own script, and it's really wonderful. And you should go and sign up when you're here to either participate in or watch. It's great.
That is so cool. I did not know you guys did that. I'm gonna tell Lara, and she is gonna geek over that because she is a theater girl to this day. So we will definitely be talking that up to our students.
I went to the one this year and it is surprising how well done it is.
Were you like a viewer or did you participate?
No, I just went to go
Okay.
watch one of the shows, but it was really well done.
Do you think you might participate now that you've seen it?
Probably not.
Okay, that's
I'll
fair.
probably
That's fair.
go watch the next year's one.
Yeah. Totally understandable.
So these are the beautiful purple trees, that I guess in a lot of the photos there are. This is just at the bus stop. One time I was coming off the bus and I was like, I never take any pictures and it's so beautiful. I was like, let me take a picture. So yeah, and it is like that during the full bloom. So now you're starting to see a little bit of it. So I know you mentioned it before. But yeah, it's quite beautiful. Even though, sometimes you're a little stressed because it's usually like September, October. So it's coming
Mhm.
around to exams, but it's still good.
Yeah.
And then this is one of the bridges that goes across to the actual city. And then there's the nice night photo. And then under the bridge there, you can actually see the one of the ferries. So along with the transit system, like the new buses that are called the metro, there's also the ferry system, which is the same 50 cents as a bus, but it just goes along the river. So if you want to take that, I know a lot of people that do usually use that as their main mode of transport because they live just off of one of the stops. So yeah, that's something cool as well. And then obviously, we'd be remiss not to talk about some of the wildlife that you can experience when you come to Australia, but Queensland as well. In my year, they had the koala sanctuary come to campus, and you could sort of hang out and see some koalas. And then the picture on the right, I believe, is from just some trips that you can go to, not that aren't too far. I think somebody went to the Great Barrier Reef to take that picture. So yeah, there's
Oh,
always time during, not always, but there's often times during breaks where you can sort of plan something a little closer within Australia and still get to experience the world.
yeah. Okay. Speaking of wildlife, I don't want to get too off topic, but this is a question we get from all students. But from the Brisbane perspective, have you guys seen any massive spiders? It is a more common question than you think.
I mean, for me, I can only speak to my own experiences.
Mhm.
Either I'm ignoring them or I haven't seen them as much, but personally, I haven't seen too many
Okay.
uh, extremely large spiders
Okay.
in houses. Outside, that's different. That's
That's fair game.
yeah.
They're gonna be there. Irby and
If you
your
look in the trees, you'll see
oh
them.
oh the orb weavers.
Yeah.
Those ones like in the nests.
Mm.
I don't know
Oh
which
my
ones they are,
gosh.
but you can see them hanging out in trees. Knock on wood, I haven't run into one yet.
Okay. That's good. Irby, in your 3 years, have you ran into any big
Yes.
spiders?
Yes. I
Okay.
average one massive huntsman a year
Okay.
inside.
Oh no. Okay.
Thankfully, I strategically got my apartment on the 10th floor. So
Mm,
not so much in my apartment, but like once we were in a CBL or like we were in a tutorial and
mm,
yeah, it's just like a huntsman scurried across the floor. So like they exist. They're just very rare.
mm. You know what? One per year isn't bad. To say that you're going
Exactly.
into fourth year soon and you might have only run into four in your whole time, 365 days, that is not too bad.
As someone
I mean,
who's
I
like
can't.
deathly afraid of spiders and was like
Mm.
very much like scared for that before I came to Australia, I have survived. So if I can do it, you guys can
Woo!
too.
All right. I just thought we'd get that out of the way because we get that question a lot, and our answer is usually not as much of a concern in the cities. But I mean, we haven't lived there as long as you guys have, so good to hear it's maybe less common than people think.
These are just some pictures. Oftentimes, Canadians, we don't really get the beach as much. So often in first year, people will go either to Gold Coast or Sunshine Coast as a little group of Canadians. I know our year went, and then Rajdeep, I'm pretty sure your year went. I mean, it's less organized. I'm sure now with the CanMed, we'll probably be more organized and we can sort of pull something together. Um, but yeah, it's obviously nice, like I said, to go traveling just a little bit outside to experience the world.
Yeah.
And just to like add on to that with like the public transport part, I haven't been to Sunshine Coast, but to Gold Coast, it's about 2 hours by train. And once again, it's just that same 50 cents. And it's a pretty nice train. Like if you want to study for about an hour, you can sit there and study. It's usually quiet on the train and it gets you there pretty quickly.
Pretty good.
And then likewise, these are some more nice beaches, sort of just rubbing it in at this point. Yeah.
I mean, I know we've got a few nice beaches here in Canada, probably a lot more nice water and closer to your home province, Rajdeep. Ontario, we've
Yeah.
got like a few things, but not as definitely not as many as the West Coast and certainly nowhere near Australia. So thanks for sharing those.